Pokemon Hypnosis isn't a ROM hack. YouTube video of self-hypnosis channel. Makes you think any Pokemon you want for an hour. I understand the mechanics behind hypnosis, and I actually did like one ASMR hypnosis video about League of Shiny Cyndaquil! Wow! Cool! It only took us an hour and 50 minutes, but I mean, that's what I like about it. The odds are low to where it can happen. So how many Cyndaquil did that take? And wow, okay, now the clip of me getting Cyndaquil is gonna be me wrapped around my old cringy League of Legends video where I do ASMR and I talk about hypnosis. I was like, ghosts are real. My house was haunted back when I was living when I had a house, and now I'm into hypnosis and stuff. I sound like a complete nutter this stream. 14. So on the 15th Cyndaquil with one, and there it is. All right, let's just have like a shiny box, because why not? It's like, what's the average time on that? So I'm trying to like compare the average time of shinies in Gold and Silver to modern Pokemon. Because that would be like the coolest shiny race ever. Wouldn't it be the coolest shiny race if we did Gen 2 versus Gen 7? SOS could be 2 to 5 hours. Shiny! Oh my goodness! Look at that, guys! Shiny Cyndaquil, second egg of the stream. Okay, this is the best shiny method confirmed. Now, I was already talking about that, and so what that does is that brings us to 15 minutes. So in 4 hours and 15 minutes, we have 2 shiny Pokemon. Dang. Wow, like, I was like, I'm gonna end the stream when I get a shiny. How about we just keep the stream going? Wait, does Blissey only get Rock Slide in Gen 1? Because I didn't know if it had Rock Slide Modern. I thought Dunsparce was the only double flinching Serene Grace Mon now. Shiny! Oh my goodness! Last egg of the stream, and we get shiny. Okay. So, this, like, wrecks all of my plans. Because I was about to give up. We got this shiny Dunsparce and, like, 30 eggs. So, 30 eggs. If you can get your average up to 15 eggs an hour, which is difficult, but possible, we can get a shiny Dunsparce. And that means the odds, like, okay, let's go and pull out all my shinies, guys, because we got some shenanigans to break down. I forget exactly how many. I guess I was talking about earlier. The first Cyndaquil we got was like 15 eggs, or 13 to 15 eggs, something like that. After that, it was like 30 more eggs, and then we got the Cyndaquil. And now we have 3 shiny Pokemon, so let's change box to our shiny box. Yeah, I can do that, and then I'll just put the eggs in and then pull them out. So that means, in roughly 6 hours and 10 minutes of shiny hunting, we have 3 shinies. That's kind of silly, so that's, yeah, we'll just put him there, whatever, and then we'll pull out the other one. Oh, and there's our shiny. So that's, I'm not really sure what to think about that, because the odds are 1 in 64. But as it stands, my average has been far lower than that, and I'm not saying that 3 is a sample size, but it definitely feels like it's easier. It's better. I pretty much say this like every time I do this shiny hunting, but whenever you have like 1 in 64 odds, every time you hatch an egg, it feels legitimate. That it's greater than 1% chance that you can get shiny Pokemon through this method. And this is natural. I am getting legit shinies through legit in-game means. That's actually pretty simple. That all you have to do is the Red Gyarados Ditto transfer glitch, mimic glitch, back transfer, fun things, 1 in 64 breeding odds. And the 1 in 64 breeding odds, even though the eggs are so slow, I broke this down in my other videos. We actually did. I was about to give up. I thought we were going to get unlucky. Like, hey, maybe this is time it takes 60 eggs, and we're going to be here for 5 hours until we can get a Dunsparce. But no, we were able to get quite a lot of Dunsparce. It's really just about how fast you can get the eggs, because we filled up a box, and then we like half filled up a box, and then we still had a couple of extra Dunsparce. That's so cool. Okay, so this is post-commentary since everything that happened in those clips was during live streams, which means the context isn't really going to be there, but pretty much what happened is after about 6 hours of dedicated time hatching, you know, there were some like on and off times during the stream, but pretty much in 6 hours, I was able to hatch 3 shiny Pokemon. Now, again, like I said, this isn't a sample size or anything, but still pretty crazy to think about that the odds could realistically be 1 in 2 hours. Sometimes I hatch the Pokemon within that time, and you know, that first Cyndaquil, that was like a little over an hour, then it took me like 3 hours to get the second one, so it does fluctuate pretty crazily, but that's just what happens when you have 1 in 64 odds. Now, when people hear me talk about 1 in 64 breeding odds, there's a lot of questions. I have a guide in the description down below. This is my Gen 2 Shiny Ditto guide. Pretty much, if you have a Shiny Ditto and you breed with it with any breedable Pokemon, you are going to receive a Pokemon that is shiny 1 in 64 eggs. How this works is that shininess is determined by IVs in Gen 2, and IVs pass down when breeding. So the child Pokemon has a higher chance of being shiny if one of the parents or both of the parents are shiny, depending on what you're doing. Now, if it's Ditto, the IVs will always be transferred from a Ditto. Pretty much the rest of the guide is kind of showing you guys how to get a shiny Ditto in the easiest, most efficient way possible. That way you can have 1 in 64 breeding odds. If you are not breeding with a shiny Ditto, the IVs in the child Pokemon are determined by the parent of the opposite gender. So that means if you're breeding with a shiny male and a non-shiny female Pokemon, you have like the 1 in 2 chance, or whatever the odds are. So whatever the odds are for receiving a female child Pokemon, that's going to be how those odds multiply out of 1 in 64. So if it's a 50-50 chance, that means your odds go up to 1 in 128 if you're not breeding with a shiny Ditto. So that's a little bit of clarification that people have had questions about. Other than that, the rest of this video is going to be talking about the cloning glitch, because that's the implications of the cloning glitch, that it exists. It's easy. As we can determine right now, it's not detectable through the Poketransport and Pokemon Bank, and it's super quick and easy and stupid to do, so you can hatch shiny Pokemon, and then boom, tons of shinies just like that. You can use the PC glitch to dupe some Dittos and then give them to your friends, and then they have better shiny breeding odds. I don't know. It's like, this is where we start getting into a pretty crazy gray area, and then after that, there's a clip of me actually obtaining Dunsparce. Now, the reason why I add this in is because it's some of the most absurd RNG I've ever seen. Like, if anyone understands how the Pokegear works in Generation 2 and what the odds of a trainer calling you are, what happens is, okay, Dunsparce is 1% encounter rate. I want to shiny hunt for shiny Dunsparce, which you saw in the last clip. But if you talk to Hiker Anthony and he calls you, he says, oh, hey, my friend said there's more Dunsparce appearing. That actually increases the odds of Dunsparce to 10% instead of 1%. I did that, and then on the first step, not even the first step, I flew away, and then the second I landed, Anthony called with that event. So I don't know if that's the first event he calls with, so he calls like, hey, he's like, hey, want to battle again? Or, hey, I just defeated a wild Pokemon, you know, my Geodude's looking really strong. So I don't really know the odds of what happened there, but that's like one of the most absurd things that's ever happened to me in Pokemon, on top of breeding Pokemon, a shiny Pokemon every 2 hours. It's just crazy. We can do with the Gen 2 games. Technically, I could clone the Cyndaquil as well if I just wanted to get the extra. I could clone all these bad boys right now. Let's just do it. Let's go and clone these bad boys for lulz. Because I mean, that's what this game gives us, guys. Like, technically, I wanted to do all this uncloned and have completely wild and natural and whatever. But at the same time, it's like, doesn't really change much if I do or don't, because there's going to be so many of them. It's already... Oh, that's my last Pokemon. Oh, good. Now we actually have a use for that other Dunsparce side, Witchery that's not or deposit that's not shiny. You know, there's so many weird implications behind the cloning, honestly. I don't understand, like, what the Pokemon Company could do. Like, we've already proven that cloning a Pokemon, transferring it to Gen 1, and then transporting it doesn't get blocked. So I don't know how they'd be able to detect if you've performed the cloning glitch and then done something weird and shenanigans to do it for for the Gen 2 transfer. Like, I don't think there's any risk. I don't think there's really anything that could go wrong with this. So we change box. Let's just go there. Yep. Will it be saved? Okay, there's a save file. Is it okay to overwrite? Yes. And that should work. Coin case can make any Pokemon make them shiny. I know, and also coin case is pretty absurd as well. But was it? Should I be in front of the PC? No, I think me not being in front of the PC. So yeah, there we go. We got three awesome shiny Pokemon right there. We go to the box and 3 shiny Pokemon. It's so stupid and so trivial, but it exists, and there's really nothing that can be done about it. And now we have a dex. Okay, so it makes the shiny dex a lot easier too, because like I could just get all the starters, you know, get my blue version, transfer over all the starters, breed them, get shinies, clone them, maybe even transfer them back. Who cares? It's the power of the Ditto. The 1 in 64 Ditto is just way too strong. And you can do that for all the evolutionary families. You can get the shiny once, dupe it until you get the full things, evolve them and whatnot. So breed dex in Gen 2 is pretty fancy. Get Hiker Anthony's Pokegear number for Dunsparce to be more common when he calls. I could do that. Hiker Anthony was defeated. You've got more zip, boy. And then, we hikers are best in the mountains. I'm pretty tough. Yeah. Number. Rematch. Cool thing. Call you if anything comes up. Alright. I'm just gonna call him and see what he has to say. Just got to talk to that person. Lamau! Dang. I don't even get to bother him. I just went the wrong way on flying too. I got the montage. Oh my god. Oh my god, no. No! No! Are you kidding me? That was literally seconds! Is it an event that triggers whenever you go to that town? Is that, what was that, RNG? Like, what's happening? What are the odds of that? Like, is there a trigger, or what happened? I'm so confused and scared, guys. Now watch our first encounter be a Dunsparce. Like, it has to be Dunsparce. What in the world? Not even sure if that counted as a step. I know. Like, how does that work? Oh my god, Anthony is now my new best friend. Actually, no, Anthony's friend is my best friend. Someone else needs to do that. Someone else needs to battle Anthony and then just fly straight to the town. And then it's a shiny Dunsparce first encounter. Jesus. Well, thank you, chat. That helps out a lot. Just throw an Ultra Ball at it.